Need somebody to look at this. But... Okay, I'm going live. I'll do the introduction and stuff. Okay, welcome to another live stream right here on Timmy Talk. So we're going to look at the August finals between Matt and Hank. And, this is the first time Hank's in the final. He's actually the organizer. And I'm joined here by Seb. Welcome, Seb.
Hello, thank you for having me again.
Yeah, cool beans, man. Nice to have you back. And, shall I signal the players that when they're ready, they can actually start with the match?
Sure. Did Matt send you his list earlier, the deck list?
Yes, he did. He did. Let's have a look.
So for those who haven't checked out the Odal League before, it's been going on a while now, right?
Yeah, because I remember when COVID started, it was actually first called the COVID League or something. It had a different name when we all assumed that it would be over soon. So that's like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, let's not let's not even go there. We're still thinking it will be over soon, right?
Yeah. All of our policies are based on they'll be over soon. No worries.
Exactly.
What I can do, by the way, is I can kind of get decks on the screen so we can have a look at them.
Yeah.
So I can maybe start with the one of Matt. The deck of Matt, so it's here on the screen. And what's interesting, I kind of see that line dip, but then a lot of artifacts.
Yeah, I met him in the top 8, my first match. I got crushed. He talked a bit about it. I don't remember who built it, but a friend of his gave it to him and said he should try it out. You can see it's kind of lean and it's focusing on artifacts. It's not like the usual lion dib.
Exactly. Yeah, and he's really focusing on the blue and white and artifacts, right? I don't see any like you don't see demonic tutor, regrowth cards like that being splashed in.
Yeah, and usually you see splashing red for bolts, and exactly as you mentioned, you see all the more of the restricted cards otherwise. But here he opts to go for Mishra's Workshop and sling out all the big artifact creatures instead.
So many creatures. That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 18 creatures. Wow. That's crazy. Shall we have a look at the deck of his opponent?
Yeah, they're still shuffling up, so we have some time for that also. So Hove, Henk, he's playing the Troll Disco deck that Ålan, my fellow X-Files compadre built.
Oh, nice.
Card for card, the same, except for the sideboard. Since Ålan has a shark, he needs to play with one shark in the sideboard. So I think he uses... Is it? No, not the air elemental. It might be the flash counter or something. No, or the shatter. I don't know what's in...
Maybe the flash counter.
Differs.
Well, he also plays with a Sengir, which is quite strange, since he hardly has any black cards in the main,
Ålan started playing with I think he started with the Air Elemental and then went for Sengir Vampire, or the other way around. So maybe it's one of those. So he plays one of each. But it's a classical Disco Troll deck that focuses on control, I guess.
Yeah, right. Because those counter spells are just so good in the Disco Troll.
Yeah, and like Ålan has said, it's secretly a control deck that's almost as good as the deck, as he said, at least.
Wow, really?
But people don't get mad for playing against Disco Troll. But I can see where he's coming from with that.
I actually don't get mad anymore when playing against a deck. I have to make a confession.
Yeah, I haven't played against it at least not in Odal ever. I've only played. Might be my 4th time I'm in it, but yeah, I haven't played against the deck in a long time.
And you've won it, right, as well, Odal? Yeah.
I won it twice. And I'm in this September edition also, playing later tonight. It just started. The pairings got came today.
So just let the players know that they can start.
Exactly.
That is cool, exciting. So looking now that we've looked at both of the decks, I'm just going to ask that obvious question: Who is your favorite?
It will all come down to there will be a lot of, I don't know. I have no real favorite. I think if Matt has the disenchants and or if Hank has the counter spells.
Exactly right. How much value can Hank take out of the Nevinyrral's discs, right? And if he cannot get the value out, then Matt's definitely in favor.
Because as you said, Matt is playing a lot of creatures, so he might be the aggressor, and he isn't playing that many counter spells. So Hank will be wanting to slow down. We don't see a turn 1 lion here, but it could have been like a lion from the start, or we might still see it.
Yeah, he's not done yet. Oh.
Okay, you don't want to see that turn 1.
But he doesn't really have a 5, so yeah, okay. So wow, come on.
Okay.
Come on.
It's and a dib then, I guess. Okay.
Oh wow, what an opening! Yeah, this is classic. Yeah, this is classic. Starting with the time twister.
So, can you? Do you want to ask the question again? Who I favorite?
Yeah, this happens every so often. Every so many games where your opponent has an opening like this, you're like, oh man.
This is why you want to play time twister. I think you can come back from a mind twist, and sometimes you go turn 1 or turn 2 mind at a time twister, and it's just so good.
So incredible.
Hank won't be now. It's not. He doesn't have a decision on his.
And this is just ridiculous because Matt also still has that time walk, so he gets another turn. So and he has 2 more cards. Yeah. And he gets another turn, so he's still on the play. I mean, this is going to be really tough for Hank.
Yeah, I would have struggled to find a better opener. Maybe another Moxen, a Pearl and a lion.
Yeah.
There's the Pearl. So. But not a lion.
And now he's going to untap for his extra turn. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, Hank hasn't taken down one of his organizer, and he hasn't taken down yet the Odol for himself. So maybe he's cursed also.
Yeah, I think this game 1. I mean, he needs a little miracle. I mean, now you would wish that he would play with a balance. I'm talking about Hank. Obviously, he doesn't. But okay, Soul Ring. So maybe he can do something. He needs some mocks. Maybe he can play. Nope.
Well, he can play a turn 2 disc, but he, as we talked about earlier, he wants to play the control game, and he probably just don't want to swing out the disc blindly against a white deck.
Good disenchant here. Yeah, because ideally, of course, you want to wait with your disenchant to make sure that you have 2 blue open to protect it with counter magic. But I mean,
with your Nevinyrral's disc, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but Hank doesn't have the luxury here.
No. He's in survival mode at the moment, taking 6 at least a turn.
Yeah, next turn possible 8 even, with 2 Mishra's Factories that Matt can animate.
He needs to find shatters, he needs to find lightning bolts if we see Matt going all in here with his Mishras. And Matt is playing Mana Drain at least, I think, so... He opts to just attack with one of the Mishras, though.
So a little bit conservative. He's probably looking at the life totals, thinking I can swing for 6 now and then for 8 next turn if need be. Okay, there's Bolt.
We have 1 Bolt. We will probably be seeing another 4-drop here being deployed, I guess.
Yeah, that probably being, you're right, the main reason for him not to attack with the factory. Ooh, and nice, because the Bolt is just out of the hands of Hank.
That was very well played by Matt. Usually you don't deploy anything in your first main if you're having an attack. You can see on Hank's body language, he's just shrugging it off.
The only thing when this, if this happened to all of us, like an opening like this, the only thing that can kind of, how do you say that, can make it better for you is to think, okay, I've already lost this game, this is bonus.
Yeah.
You know,
And
and at
he
least
scoops it up.
at
So
least he got to see some of the cards of Matt. He has an idea of the
yeah,
deck, right? He has some information.
exactly. The Juggernaut actually gave him even more information, right? Because a lot of people are playing sushis in their decks, but now Hank knows that he's leaning on more artifacts than just the sushis.
Yeah, so he's probably knows now. Oh, probably there are 4 juggernauts and 4 suchi, right? That's kind of the information.
Yeah, at least, or some, and like he did see the pearl, he did see that wild turn one, so he's probably taking in the. I'm guessing one of those cards that he's putting there on the table is a Shatterstorm at least, and like after sideboard, I think Hank is actually uh, not more favored, but he has a stronger sideboard since he's playing red, and the red elemental blast is really good against Matt.
But he only plays with 1 red elemental blast
Oh
in
yeah,
his
okay then.
sideboard, so that is not great.
Well, then that's very good. Red elemental blast. Yeah,
I am
Hank.
hoping to see the Shatterstorm, by the way. I think it's such a beautiful card that's not being
Yeah,
used a lot. So
yeah. Did I play it on your here on your stream one time?
oh,
I
could
think
be,
so.
could be. I remember
Mm.
it. Maybe we talked about it before.
Yeah, I remember us talking about it, but I don't know what when. But like Hank, okay, he has well, he still, yeah, I don't know. He has the counter spells. He has at least one more relevant blast. Yeah, I don't know. He
Because I'm
can.
expecting Matt to board in his 3 blue elemental blasts, or at least 2.
Are you though? Yeah, he didn't see that much
Well, he saw the
from.
bolt.
Hank. Yeah, but I don't know how much you can thin it out either. Maybe if you're expecting Blood Moon, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But I never really understand, or sometimes in the control mirrors, if he sees it as that, uh, you take in the blue for the red elemental blast, and then you have a counter war and stuff like that. But I don't know
Yeah,
for a
because
bolt.
the case could be that Matt kind of feels forced because he sees, okay, Hank's playing with red, probably going to board in red blast. Now I have to do blue blast.
Yeah. But that's usually over sideboarding. You don't you will be sitting on more reactive cards than like. But you might be right since he's playing Juggernauts and
Yeah,
Savannah
and,
Lions.
and for 1 blue, you can protect both of those creatures. Just keep
Exactly.
1 blue open, you can keep them alive, you can keep bashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
So
see.
it's not. I would probably take in. He did only see the volcanic and basically a lightning bolt, right?
Yeah, he has no idea that this is Troll Disco. It can be
Yeah.
counter burn as well. He has
If I
no.
would have seen a troll, I would probably take in at least 2, since I might be afraid of Blood Moon also. We know that Henk ain't playing any, but
Yeah. That is
I
true.
think Matt. Well, but then again, Matt is
If you're
playing 2
Hank,
colors.
are you gonna play Flash Counter if you're Hank?
uh, I don't know.
It
What is
can
it taking out?
it can
Yeah,
counter
maybe.
the disenchant.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe, yeah. Probably then.
Yeah, you're right. What does he
Seeing.
take out? That's the hard part. He already
Yeah.
plays 1 Flash Counter main. He could take
Mhm.
out, of course, the bottle. He hasn't seen any Serendips.
Okay. Yeah, he could go for that. Uh, yeah, he's probably thinking in those lines then. I'm uh, I'm wondering here if, yeah, he's been playing this. This is one of the leagues we've had in Odol where we played against, I think, the most people in each group. So he's had a good run with the deck. So hopefully he knows where he wants to be, like seeing what he saw. So maybe taking out cards isn't that big of a problem for him. He knows what ticks and what don't.
He knows how to sideboard already. But then again, I mean,
Yeah.
this is quite of an original mix that Matt has. It's not your typical line dip, and
No,
It's
no.
not your. It's definitely not robots, but it's got some elements from robots. It's kind of a
Yeah.
combination between those two decks, isn't it?
Yeah, I did mention being afraid of Blood Moon, but that actually makes him not that afraid of Blood Moon. He's playing a lot of basic lands, I think. So it's it like seeing a lot of Lion Dib Bolt decks. I really wonder how they can play a turn one Savannah Lion and still have like all the artifact mana, like the Mishras and whatever, and play two more colors. But Matt actually he's more able to play. He's got better mana than better lands than most of
And he
Lion
doesn't have
decks.
any double white or double blue in his main 60. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
So he doesn't have Sarah Angel main, doesn't have Control Magic main, doesn't even play Counterspell. Doesn't have a
Yeah.
single Counterspell in the main, by the way.
Oh,
So
he's not playing Mono Drain.
no, he's not actually.
Okay.
No, not on the
I
list that
would
I have.
probably, since he's playing so many artifacts, I would probably sneak in at least one. But
I
he's
think
done well for himself, so he might be the better judge of that.
he's really chosen to go for consistency when I look at the list, or how do you say it? A strong mana base, consistent mana base.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
He as we see here, can consistently produce threats.
yes,
Uh,
lion on the table turn one, but Hank also has a good start with the Soul Ring.
Indeed. Uh,
Or we
I'm wondering if you play the Mishra turn one because he's missing lands. No, maybe he just opted to maybe attack with it, but he's probably not attacking into the lion now. He might be having a bolt.
So he's casting, and that's quite risky if there's a disenchant.
Yeah, yeah. But then again, this is the way disc is good sometimes because if he untaps,
Oh, it's great.
That's the game he wants to play. He just want to drag it all out and take as many things
Or
as
we
possible from Matt.
are we gonna see a disenchant? No, another lion. That's actually not too bad for Hank.
Yeah, no. As I said, if he's untapping now, he's in a good spot. I'd say.
Yeah, because the nice thing is maybe for people wondering how that works, because with Chaos Orb, in response to the activation, you can disenchant it with the stack, but you cannot do that with Neverneural's Disc. Why is that again?
Because the Chaos Orb is it's a physical card that needs to hit stuff. And the disc is the trigger is still on the stack if you activate it. He's actually doing that now.
Wow, that's pretty aggressive. I guess he wants
Yeah.
to attack now with the factories.
Or maybe just have another disc in his hand or something. Or yeah, you're right.
He's got one floating and attacking, pumping it up, dealing 3, it seems. Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed this is the route he would go for. It could give us some like he's on the play. Maybe he has a more aggressive plan than we thought.
Yeah, because now he has to deal with Atsuchi.
Yeah, I think he has more answers now than before.
And he was keeping his
Game one.
volcanic open, so that kind of shows me that maybe he was having a red elemental blast or has a red elemental
Yeah,
blast in hand.
or the lightning bolt or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we
Shatter.
do see the shatter. We will probably swing in for 2. Yeah. This tells me that he might not be sitting on any counter spells at the moment.
But that Shatter was good enough. Surrender, perhaps? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really impressed with Matt Dex in this aspect because he just shoves threats out of the table. It's like, okay, well, deal with this.
His deck seems to be a really good combination between, threats and answers.
Yeah, like he has the best answers in Disenchant and Swords, I guess. But when I play these types of decks, I usually just sit with a bunch of lands and not the threats. But Matt is a better player than I am then.
At least so far, he's got more luck, it seems. But now he's a little bit okay. He's swinging in, so I'm expecting him to play a creature in the second main.
Yeah, probably. Or he has swords here for the troll or something like that. It's a chaos orb.
Chaos Orb.
So that won't be able to deal with the troll, but it slows it down.
No counterspell from Hank.
No, it doesn't seem like it. Or he don't really feel like it's worth.
Ooh, he's going to activate in response. We could, of course, see a Shatter.
Yeah, this is also a fun thing with part of the Chaos Orb. You need to, like, upon activation, you can't. It's targeting off when you throw it, right? In a way, you can't say you don't need to say that I'm activating it and targeting that. So he needed to.
Exactly, you had to put that regeneration shield
exactly,
on.
Yeah.
What I find the hardest is when you're playing with Triskelions, and then you have to decide, am I going to take my counters off, yes or no?
I agree. I'm playing a lot of Triskelions, and yeah, I usually keep one on or something like that.
Okay.
So if you want to get rid of the Chaos Orb, or if you wanted to have
but this
some
is
value,
actually not too bad for Hank, because he can swing for 5. Right? And then just kind of, let's hope for Hank at least that Matt doesn't have a swords here.
Yeah, this is a race. Hank is down on 1 card. Matt is at 1 card. Matt is taking at least 1 each turn from the dib, and he's swinging back for 3, but Hank is winning, as it is now.
And that's, of course, a problem with the surrender. I mean, he can keep it on blocking duty, which is probably the best thing to do right now, but then he still take a damage.
I don't really like trolls against. He did see blue but it's a mind game, as we mentioned. Hank knows that Matt don't know that he's playing trolls, but if you have blue and white, troll isn't that good, I'd say.
And now Matt knows, you've got the Sedge Troll. That changes everything. And he's seen the disc, so he's even going to change his sideboard plan after this game.
Probably, yeah.
But first, Hank will have to try to win this. So attacking, going to regenerate.
Mm-hmm. He's got enough mana. Maybe just want to see if Matt opted to block, and he did.
Yeah, you never know. Sometimes your opponent does something stupid.
Exactly. You might as well give him the option too. Okay.
Goes to 12. Okay, this Suchi is important. Will we see counterspell or anything? Nope.
No, that's probably a land. I'm guessing.
Yeah, and this is difficult for Hank now.
Yeah, we're rooting for Hank since he's down 1 game.
Of course, we want to have a third game.
But now Matt is at 6. He's going on to 5. Yeah, this is hard.
Hank hasn't drawn into any bolts, I believe.
No, he could have sideboarded out some, but I don't believe he would. He has something to do, it seems like.
Ooh, exciting stuff. Another troll, maybe?
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
No, but I would probably have used the Volcanic instead of the Badlands.
Oh, so you still have extra regeneration mana open.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, because he doesn't have a counter, probably.
But I don't know if you need to regenerate 3 times, but...
You never know. Okay, here we see...
Look here. It's...
I would just leave the strip open right now, right? Because he's got a pretty good mana base, so there's no need to use it right now.
It's good against the Mishra, clearly. It actually kind of...
I would attack now,
depending on what he had in his hand, it gave him the option to attack there, since he has the Mishra. If he would have paused without the strip mine and don't have an answer for one of the creatures, he would have died.
Exactly, but now he does. So I would just swing in with 2 Sedge Trolls, right?
Yeah, but then he's dead on this 4.
Of course, because he can use the strip mine on his blocker. So he can hit him back for 7, he would go to 2. So that is kind of risky. And of course, Matt also plays with Psy Blasts. Oh, this is risky.
Yeah. But Hank decided on this rather early. This route. He was aggressive from the start, so I guess he already put his eggs in the basket.
It's very yeah. You're right. He's going to continue. And this kind of surprises me.
Matt was really trigger happy with that strip, right? Yeah,
this surprises me, to be honest. I would have waited for Hank to just go and put everything sideways, because maybe now he's no longer gonna. You know what I mean? You're giving some extra information, even though it's very obvious.
You're giving extra information to Matt?
No, Matt is giving because he's so using his strip mine immediately.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, actually,
maybe,
now, okay.
I just like to use my options at the last moment possible.
Yeah, I agree, but now in this instance, I would probably have deployed the sushi before attacking. Since he would have been dead on the if Matt.
Oh yeah, to check if he doesn't have a counterspell. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Hank. Is Hank still gonna lose here? Next turn he's gonna go to 3. I
Yeah,
wonder
he
what's
still
in his hand. He's not really top decking all that well, or is he? Does
No.
he have another troll?
It could be a time twister since he's looking at using 3 mana there. No.
Another troll.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a lot of trolls.
Wow. If
That's anti-vaxxing commentary place on the internet.
if Matt has a side blast and Hank cannot counter, it's already over. It's a very short final. Yeah. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. He's putting his blue mana there. Oh man.
Like the problem with playing counter spells is that now they don't really do that much.
That's a side blast! Oh no! Stop it! Stop it!
Do we see a red elemental blast here?
Oh man! No!
It's just lands. Oh no!
Oh man! I'm just gonna put the audio on.
Yeah, that was a beating, I'd say.
That was a beating, man. Oh man! Great for Matt. Great for Matt.
But... Another single one. Oh,
wow!
God.
Well, that's what I was waiting for. As soon as I went to 3 and you didn't bolt me, I thought, well, he hasn't got the bolt then.
Let's listen to the players for a sec.
I was trying to. The best I was hoping for with the bolt was I could side blast you in response and get a draw.
Oh, they're unmuting us. I will unmute them.
Yeah, no, I mean, this deck I play 4 Serendibs, 4 Suchis, 4 Juggernauts, 4 Factories, 4 Savannah Lions, 3 Copy Artifact, and 2 Triskelions. So it's like, with all the Copy Artifacts and Factories, I've got 25 creatures.
You're letting us down here, Hank.
Swords, disenchants, and power.
No, it is, man. I hear you, Timmy. Just maybe a second to unmute you.
Yeah.
So Hank, the curse is real.
Yeah. The curse is... Well, I don't have a final curse, mate. But
okay.
Yes.
I think it's good manners, Hank, that you let your contenders win. It's never good to win your own tournament.
Nobody likes a TO who wins his own tournament.
I agree. Oh man, Matt, that was of course an opener we see every once in a while. I'm talking about game 1. It has happened to everybody who plays old school.
That was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was saying, I'm not really sure this is the right play. I said I would have done it any time.
Of course, that was brilliant, man. That was the best cards.
My other play was actually to make a couple of Lions and Time Walk, but I wouldn't have had. I'd have had to have drawn a mana source the next turn to cast a Twister on my Time Walk turn. That's why I wasn't.
Yeah, but after that game 1,
boo-hoo.
you were so far ahead, and I think the only silver lining for Hank is that he got some information about your deck. That's the
I have no idea
only silver lining. Yeah, and you only had that one lightning bolt. That's the only thing. And then I don't know, Hank, what you were drawing in game 2, but it was just nothing. What you were drawing? What, lands and some trolls?
I had 2 lions against me, so and a mox. So I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put down the disc. and I will blow it and at least kill 2 lions and a mox, which is going to put him behind on
That's
mana.
value, yeah.
But it just didn't matter.
I was talking to Sepp, where are his bolts?
Exactly. I was like, for fuck's sake, I'm playing 4 bolts. I'm playing 2 fireballs. And I was like, okay. And I had 3 trolls on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I was dead to lightning bolt, so I was just like I said to Hank, the best that I could do was get him to 4 life or less and get a draw with the Psionic Blast.
Yeah.
Exactly, and of course you play Matt towards your outs, and then hey, see, maybe it's gonna work, and guess what? Yeah.
So I put you on robots for a tiny bit because you also played white. So what I sideboarded in was an additional mace, which would bring me up to 3.
Yeah.
Shatter.
Where was the
red
mace, Hank? Where was the mace? That would have been brilliant against the surrender.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him die on his own surrender. I was playing 3. I had a Shatter Storm, a Shatter, a Red Elemental Blast, and another mace going to 3.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. I haven't seen a lot.
I just boarded out. I boarded out a balance and boarded in the 4th disenchant.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
I ummed and ahed about the blue elemental blasts, but I figured he was going to bring in more removal for my artifact creatures, so I couldn't really take anything out.
Just curious, what did you put me on?
I had no idea. I was literally, I saw volcanic islands. What did I see? Volcanic islands
And a lightning bolt and a soul ring.
A lightning bolt and a soul ring. Could be on anything. Half the format plays that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had no idea.
Yeah, but still, I don't know, counter burn or.
Yeah, I kind of, which is why I ummed and ahed. But I just thought my deck's aggressive enough. I'll just stay aggressive until I work out what you're doing, and then I can sideboard appropriately if I lose game 2.
Do you play Workshop?
Yeah. And Mana Vaults.
Okay, and Trikes as well.
Yeah. Like I said, there's
a couple of them are
4 Lions, 4 Dibs, 4 Suchis, 4 Juggernauts, 2 Triskelion, 3 Copy Artifact.
Very aggro, and then you basically have the answers of white, right?
Yeah, and then I've got 3 Disenchant, 3 Swords to Plowshares, a Balance, the Twist of the Ancestral, the Time Walk, and then 2 Psionic Blasts.
Zeros?
And then all 5 Moxies, the Soul Ring, the Lotus, and 2 Mana Vaults.
But also any Serras, or you curve
sideboard. So the sideboard's got 2 Serras in the sideboard, the 4th Disenchant, a Dust to Dust, a Divine Offering, 2 Control Magic, 2 Cop Red, 2 Seat in a Bottle, a Maze, and 3 Blue Blasts.
What I like, Matt, about your main 60 is there's no double white, there's no double blue. So you really chose to go for like a solid mana base. And that's, of course, important, I guess, because you want to put pressure on, right?
Yeah, well, the deck's actually made by one of the London guys, Jason Savage. And I was stuck for a deck to play this month because my deck wasn't ready. And he said, try this. It's the question deck. It just keeps asking questions. And if they don't have answers to the questions, they die. I went, okay, I'll try it. And yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, we could really see it there. Yeah, since you had to put the trigger on the disc that early and like was behind all the time.
Well, I had to force him to blow the disc by playing the second lion. I thought I'll put the pressure on to feed it.
Yeah, you did.
Because I knew if you blew the disc, I could make the Serendib next turn, and then I'm relying on my deck. I'm at 4 mana then, and I'm relying on my deck to draw Suchis and Juggernauts.
Yeah, but I think Hank, you also had a Shatter, right, for that Suchi. Was that game 2?
Yeah.
So that was also really good. Because
Yeah, but I was really hesitating to play the disc. I think I played it turn 2, turn 3. I had Mishra Soul Ring, land, disc, so turn 2.
Yeah.
And I was really hesitating to do it. On the other hand, I was thinking he has disenchants. So I'd rather do it now, blow up a Mox, blow up either 1 or 2 Lions. I knew it would hold him back. If he would have kept 1 Lion, fine enough by me. Then the disc is just a threat and preventing you from playing any creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I think trading the disc for 3 cards, that was a good move.
No, it's fine. And I blew up my own Soul Ring, but at least I activated
That's
the
true.
factory, which attacked for free. I had 2 factories on the board. I thought it was reasonable. I need to give some credits as well. I'm playing the deck from the Lone Gunman, or better known as Alan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I pronounced it correctly.
No, but it's Åland.
Åland. Giuseppe, you gotta help us, man, with these names.
Yeah.
I really thought it took some practice to play, but I went 12-1 in the group, something like that. It was ridiculous. The deck plays really nice.
Yeah.
And,
you're these decks are opposite of each other, since you're answering the questions. You're not begging the question. But since I think what really sticks out in your build, Matt, is the Lions, as we saw. Since you have so many early threats, and you can put out a Dib or something earlier also. So the disc don't really do what you want it to do in that, like in this instance at least.
I would love to hear his feedback on my play. He probably would have some. I don't know. There's not much you could do game 1, but
game 2, I consider myself lucky, because that whole game 2 rided on you having 1 lightning bolt at any point.
Exactly, or a fireball.
Yeah, you've actually flooded a bit, but also the only, I don't know if Olan would agree with me on this. I don't know if trolls are that good against blue and white, since he has swords and blasts. But you need
nice
threats, so yeah.
That's a nice one for Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
He will probably correct you on the next episode.
Yeah, probably. But if those were maces there instead, maybe. I don't know if you took in more maces.
Yeah, he did. He put in extra mace. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was playing 3 maces because I didn't really knew what he was on.
I know Olan. I know he is a very controlling. He likes control. I'm thinking at least that he goes for more control after sideboarding in many cases. And you didn't have that much choice here, since you were basically no. So you started being the aggressor with the Mishras, and you had the trolls and whatever. So
I guess Hank, now Matt's kicked out of the tournament. Is he playing in September?
I've got to make a new deck. I'm not playing the same. I never play the same deck twice in Odal. I've played a different deck every Odal I've played.
Oh, that's good to know.
That one gets relegated back to the binder, and a new deck for.
Although last time I played Matt, he played one of my pet cards, and he definitely gave me some inspiration for the deck. So.
Which one was that?
The Land Equilibrium and Dark Heart of the Woods.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's that. Yeah, I've been fiddling around with Land Equilibrium for a while, and that's definitely on my to-do list. Yeah.
Dark Heart of the Woods and Fast Bond with Land Equilibrium and
exactly.
Armageddon. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for the match. I'm gonna stop the live stream. Congratulations, Matt, man, winning August.
Matt, congrats.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Okay.